This is the new BMW 7 Series. With prices starting just under $100,000 and climbing well past $125,000 for the V8, it sits at the absolute pinnacle of luxury inflation. For decades, the rule was simple. If you wanted to be driven, you bought a Mercedes S-Class. If you wanted to drive, you bought a 7 Series. But with this generation, BMW has completely rewritten the rulebook. They abandoned traditional elegance for a polarizing, tech-heavy spaceship. But has BMW's obsession with absolute digital supremacy actually killed the raw, mechanical passion that made this car an icon? We are living in an automotive era defined by a ruthless EV transition and fierce competition from hyper-advanced luxury startups. While the Mercedes S-Class has leaned into a safe, traditional bubble, BMW went full sci-fi to capture a younger, tech-obsessed global demographic. They have packed this machine with automated doors, a massive curved glass dashboard, and an actual movie theater in the back seat. On paper, it looks like a triumphant technological masterpiece. But beneath this layer of digital theater lies a deeply frustrating hidden flaw, a design oversight so fundamentally integrated into how you use this car that it might completely ruin your daily commute. We are going to put this land yacht through its paces, test that flaw, and find out if it's a genuine deal breaker. Let's start where the 7 Series tries hardest. The cabin. The build quality here is staggering, arguably surpassing the current S-Class. BMW's interaction bar, a crystallized, backlit structure running across the dash, pulses with ambient lighting and feels phenomenally expensive. Up front, you get the massive curved display running the latest iDrive system. The graphics are razor sharp, and the responsiveness is smartphone quick. But here is where the cracks begin to show. BMW has purged almost every physical button. Want to adjust the climate control? Touchscreen submenu. Want to change the following distance on your adaptive cruise? Touchscreen submenu. Want to adjust your seat bolster? You guessed it. It is incredibly distracting when you're moving at highway speeds. However, move to the back, and the practicality story flips. Because BMW only builds the long wheelbase version now, rear passenger space is cavernous. You control the blinds, climate, and seats via individual 5.5-inch touchscreens built into the door handles. It feels exactly like a first-class airline suite. So how does this 5,000-pound barge actually drive? If you opt for the 760i xDrive, you get a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 with a 48-volt mild hybrid system pushing 536 horsepower. It will hit 60 miles per hour in just 4.1 seconds. That is staggering pace for a car of this size. If you want efficiency, the base 740i's inline-6 gets an excellent 28 combined MPG, and there's a 750e plug-in hybrid option too. Out on the highway, the standard 2-axle adaptive air suspension rides like a magic carpet. Road noise is virtually non-existent. The acoustic insulation is vault-like. But here is the dynamic twist. When you throw it into a corner, the active roll stabilization and rear-wheel steering shrink the car around you. It corners absurdly flat. However, the steering itself is entirely numb. It lacks the hydraulic, mechanical feedback of older BMWs. You don't feel like you are driving a sports sedan. You feel like you are operating a highly sophisticated simulator. Let's talk about the cold, hard numbers. The 7 Series comes with BMW's standard 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty. Mechanically, the inline-6 and V8 engines are highly refined, mature powertrains. The engines and the ZF 8-speed gearboxes are incredibly robust. The real ownership headache won't be mechanical, it will be electrical. With dozens of microprocessors running the automated doors, the crystal ambient bars, and the localized door panel touchscreens, the out-of-warranty glitch potential is massive. And then, there is the depreciation. Flagship luxury sedans drop value faster than a stone in a lake. Expect this car to lose roughly half of its retail price within the first 3 to 4 years. If you buy this brand new, you are paying a massive premium purely for the privilege of being the first owner. It is time to close that loop. Remember that hidden flaw I warned you about? Look through my rearview mirror right now. When your rear passengers are watching a movie on this magnificent screen, it completely cuts off your rearward visibility. You cannot see the cars behind you at all. Because BMW didn't install a digital camera feed inside the physical rearview mirror as standard equipment, you are driving completely blind to the rear. It is a shocking, frustrating oversight in a car that prides itself on advanced engineering. So, here is the brutal, honest verdict. If you are an executive who wants the absolute cutting edge of digital luxury, and you plan to lease this car while it is strictly under warranty, buy it. It makes the Mercedes S-Class look genuinely outdated inside. But if you are a driving purist looking for that classic, analog BMW passion, or you want a simple, stress-free luxury car to own long-term, skip this entirely. The technology has officially overwhelmed the Soul. The 7 Series is an absolute tech powerhouse, but it isn't the only German flagship trying to dominate the executive class. If you want to see how this polarized, heavy-hitting BMW handles its fiercest and most traditional rival out on the open road, click right here to watch our full, in-depth track and highway shootout with the Mercedes S-Class. I'll see you over there.